Confessions, some worse than others, but at the end of the day, we all got them. And today, I asked you guys to send me your worst ones. So let's just get straight into it. I once had the most parasocial relationship with a guy I fawned over on TikTok. So basically one day I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw this guy who was the same age as me and looked like a girl, and me being me, I followed until I realized that he was actually a guy, and I instantly fell in love with him. I liked all his posts, followed all his socials, found out his government name, all his photos, his parents' name, his relatives, what school he went to, the names of his friends, and what state he lives in, the exact town, his birthday, and even what hospital he was born in. Found this all on Instagram, by the way, on accident. When I thought that my love for him was over, I made a collage wallpaper of him on my school MacBook for everyone to see. So whenever I went into class, I can open up my MacBook and see him and all his cute cosplays that he did. Ended up with me printing those collage wallpapers out, putting them all in my locker. And whenever I had lunch, I'd eat lunch in my locker so I could be with the pictures he posted. I DM'd him. I begged for him to find me. Never did. I did some pretty interesting things with the thought of this TikToker in mind. Like some crazy things, you know. To this day, I am still obsessed with him. God damn it, bro. When is it my turn? When am I gonna get stalked on some yandere shit by some baddie, bro? Like, I'm waiting. On a real note, though, this shit is actually, like, insane. I can't imagine this shit happening to me, bro. I would actually be scared for my life because you went through all these lengths to, like, goon to some dude that you barely even know. It's mind-blowing to me, if anything. That being said, if she was bad, I would low-key kind of mess with it. I'm not gonna hold you. One time, I was staying over at my friend's house for the night. We were hanging out in his basement, and there was this big chest, kind of like a trunk, almost like a treasure chest, big enough for a person to fit inside. He was sitting on his computer playing a game. I think it was Roblox, but I'm not totally sure. Meanwhile, I was just sitting in the chest. At first, the lid was open, but then I closed it because we weren't really talking. And honestly, it felt kind of cool just to chill in there. Anyways, here's the thing. I haven't off in over 8 days. So I'm sitting there in the chest watching YouTube shorts, and I start seeing all these clips from different cartoons. For some reason, I couldn't stop thinking about Marge Simpson. Eventually, I had to Google it just to see if there was any Rule 34 art of her. And of course there was. A lot. I got completely overwhelmed scrolling through it fast, and I could feel myself getting without any control. I knew I had to give in and go for it. There was nothing I can do. But I was terrified my friend would open the chest and catch me gooning. So I reached into my pants and just started stroking really slowly, trying to be discreet. It took a long time, almost 20 to 30 minutes, because I was going so slow. Luckily, he just kept playing his game the whole time and never found out. When I finished, I had to use some blankets that were at the bottom of the chest to clean up. To this day, he has no idea I sat in that chest for half an hour beating my shit to Marge Simpson R34. Not gonna lie, bro, this probably isn't even gonna be the last gooning story we're gonna hear today. You are an animal. I'm starting to think you did that shit for the fun of the game. It doesn't matter that you had him beating your shit for so long. You just like the thrill that you might get caught. And then using your homeboy's sheets that he probably used to sleep in the next day. You disgust me. And maybe I would able to understand if it was a valid thing to goon to. But Marge Simpson, bro? This just shows to me that you will really just beat your shit to like anything, man. When I tried going to the movies, I nearly got killed in front of my crush. So it's a normal day for me, and my crush asked if I wanted to see some random ass movie. So it's time to go see the movie, and this old ass crackhead is outside throwing some random shit. But it's chill because he ain't bothering us. A few hours later, after the movie's finished, we've done all the lovey-dovey stuff, so we walk out and Unk is still there. But now he's pressing some random couple. I just try to avoid it, but Unk decides to look at me and this girl and starts pulling up his shirt, showing some shiv made out of glass. He comes over and starts pointing it in my crush's face, so I had to tell him to stop. Then Unk looks at me, pissed as hell for some reason, and he starts talking about some beg I don't kill you. And Unk's voice is really funny, so I'm holding back the biggest laugh ever. But to him, it looks like I'm trying not to shit myself, so he starts calling me out in front of my crush. And then she starts laughing in my face, so on the walk home, she's actually bullying me. And when I get home, I saw she blocked me and told all her friends and shit. So I literally get fucking bullied for like the next 6 months. And that's all that happened so far, but I feel like it's going to get worse. And I also listen to Girlfriend ASMR. Thanks for the fun fact at the end, I guess. To be fair though, this is genuinely some generational oral loss. I don't know why you felt the need to hold in your laugh. Like, you should have just let that shit out. At least then you would have looked badass laughing in the face of danger or something. That being said, you low-key do deserve the embarrassment. Like, you just had the biggest oral lob of all time and you somehow managed to airball it. This was a very long time ago. My homie Omar had a little sister who was only a year younger than me, and we used to all live in the same apartment complex. Fast forward a little bit, and I found out I was moving. So I was invited to Omar's house one last time, and I saw his little sister with a yard in her pocket. I told her she would have to give me brain for me to not tell her parents, so she gave me a piece of her mind. I was moving in 2 days, and I went up to Omar's room because he just got back from getting food. I was talking with him, and I asked him to borrow 30 bucks. I didn't tell him I was moving yet, so what I did was I blocked him on everything and left with $30 and some head. So you're just a jackass who stole $30 from his homie and got domed from his little sister. To be completely honest though, I probably would also sell my homie out for $30 and some head, so I can't even blame you. W confession. I was sitting in the backseat of my car while my parents were driving. We were going to my brother's college. I took the whole back seat up and laid down, and I was feeling mad weird that day. So like, I opened up private mode on my Opera and I started beating my shit under a blanket I brought. I had napkins from Dunkin' to wipe it up, and I put it in my underwear till I got there. I stole one of his roommate's undies and went to the bathroom to use them, and I told my brother that I had a wet dream in the car. I was not ashamed at the time. Should I be though? The method was crazy. Bro, what is with y'all and not being able to beat your shit in a normal place? I don't even know how you enjoy it in that moment, because I just couldn't be in a comfortable position to let it all out. It has to be some sort of fantasy or a canon event that you beat your shit in some random area that's hella risky at some point in your life. Y'all are freaking weird, man. I was younger when this happened, but I was a hornball back in the day, and I was with this girl, and we eventually broke up, but she was crazy. She stalked me and my mom for months, and she texted my mom saying I flashed her and her cousin. I didn't, by the way. And she leaked my dick and sent it to 2 of my friends, and she posted it on her story. My friends the next day told me my shit was small. You, Olivia. This is just sad. Let this be a lesson for all of us not to think with our because I feel like this is a situation that any of us could end up being in. That being said, bro, I'm low-key packing a large tool, so I can't relate to your small meat problems.
USPS pistol in my holster.
So let me take you back on a journey when I was 13. I was in an all-boys boarding school away from home, just minding my own business. And around my 7th grade year, when we were supposed to be sleeping, I told one of my friends I can choke it better than them. They didn't believe me, so we said that we'd have a race. A whole bunch of other people wanted to join, and we all set time, date, and location of where we wanted to race. We decided to do this all in the abandoned lower school bathroom, aka the abandoned preschool bathroom. Now, if you haven't caught on to what this is all gonna be, basically it's a game of choke the chicken, aka nut races. 3 bathroom stalls, 3 racers, and 3 referees. Whoever chokes it the fastest wins. So of course the race begins, and we all start playing choke the chicken. I ended up coming second, and my friend ended up coming first. Now the story only gets worse. Keep in mind, this is an abandoned bathroom at the preschool, so it was messy, filled with bacteria. And as we're cleaning up, a parent comes in, so we all got in trouble for it. Anyways, after me and my friend decided to forget about the whole nut race, we had to address it after realizing we both got an infection. Now being in a boarding school means being either miles away from home or continents away from home. And in my case, it was continents away from home. So I couldn't tell my parents. So me and my friend had to tell our house mother. A house mother is someone who like takes care and looks after us. Basically just a boarding school nurse. So we went and we told her that our wieners were severely swollen. After that whole fiasco, having to tell a woman 30 years older than us what was wrong, it just ended up being a false alarm. Bro, I am speechless, bro. I got nothing to tell you, bro. This is just why. Anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think.
Subscribe to Imagine.
Get hurt and it's not my fault. Wanna take my life, how to get